Why most people stay broke. The psychology of instant gratification. Close your eyes for a second. Imagine it's payday. Your phone buzzes. Money just hit your account. You feel that rush of relief, maybe even a little excitement. Now, what's the first thing you do? Do you transfer half to savings? Pay that bill that's been sitting there? Or do you open a food delivery app, scroll through a shopping site, or tell yourself, I deserve a little treat? If you picked the last one, you're not alone. And you're not bad with money. You're just human. Here's a hard truth that most self-help gurus won't tell you. The reason most people stay broke isn't because they're lazy, stupid, or unlucky. It's because their brain is wired to choose a small, sweet reward today over a huge, life-changing reward tomorrow. Psychologists call this delay discounting. I call it the silent killer of wealth. Let me make you feel this. Remember last week when you promised yourself you'd start that side hustle? Or finally learn a high-income skill? Then a notification popped up, a funny video, a sale that ends in 2 hours. And just like that, 3 hours disappeared. You felt a tiny hit of pleasure, but at the end of the day, you were exactly where you started. That's the trap. Your primitive brain doesn't care about your dream of financial freedom. It cares about the dopamine hit right now. Most people live in a constant state of fear of poverty. They worry about not having enough, so they grab whatever comfort they can get immediately. Cheap distractions, junk food, impulsive buys, just to feel safe for a moment. But here's the cruel twist. That exact behavior is what guarantees they stay broke. You cannot escape scarcity by acting like you're in scarcity. You have to rewire your brain to delay the small pleasure today so you can collect the massive check tomorrow. So how does this play out in real life? Let me paint a picture you might recognize. You have a goal. Save $5,000 for an online course or a small business investment. That's the wealth move. But tonight, you're tired after work. Your phone shows you an ad. 50% off sneakers, only 3 hours left. Your brain calculates instantly. The course is $5,000. That's months away, abstract, uncertain. The sneakers are $100. That's real, tangible, and you can wear them tomorrow. The result? You buy the sneakers. The course stays a dream. And 6 months later, you're still in the same job, wondering why nothing changes. This isn't weakness. This is your brain's reward system on steroids. Psychologists have studied this with the famous marshmallow test. Kids who could wait 15 minutes for 2 marshmallows instead of eating one immediately did better in life. But here's what they don't tell you. Adults face hundreds of marshmallow tests every single day. Every swipe, every click, every buy now button is a test. And most of us fail because we're exhausted, stressed, and scared. The fear of poverty makes this worse. When you're afraid you'll never have enough, your brain enters survival mode. Survival mode says, grab what you can now, because tomorrow might not come. So you order takeout instead of cooking and saving. You scroll social media instead of building a skill. You take the $20 instant cash back instead of investing for $200 later. That's not your fault, it's biology. But biology can be trained. The shift from fear of poverty to aiming for wealth is not about working harder. It's about changing what your brain finds rewarding. Wealthy people don't have more willpower. They've simply trained their brain to get a bigger dopamine hit from waiting than from grabbing. They feel excited by a growing bank account, not by a new gadget. They feel proud of saying no to a small temptation because they can already picture the large reward. So how do you start? The first step is brutal honesty. Track every single time you choose instant pleasure over long-term gain. Don't judge yourself. Just notice. Awareness is the beginning of rewiring. Now let's get practical. How do you actually rewire your brain when the world is designed to keep you addicted to now? Start small, painfully small, because your brain will reject big changes. If you tell yourself, I'll never buy coffee out again, your brain will panic and buy 3 lattes by Tuesday. Instead, try this. The 10-minute rule. Every time you feel the urge to spend money on something you don't need or to procrastinate on a wealth-building task, pause. Set a timer for just 10 minutes. During those 10 minutes, do something boring. Drink water, stretch, look at your bank balance. Then ask yourself, do I still want this, or did my craving just need to pass? You'll be shocked. Most urges dissolve in 10 minutes. That's the instant gratification monster losing its power. Wealthy people have mastered this pause. They don't fight the urge, they outweight it. Second, make the future feel closer. Your brain treats 1 year from now like a foreign country, so trick it. Visualize with vivid detail. Close your eyes and imagine yourself 1 year from today, debt-free, holding a check from your side business, feeling the relief of not worrying about bills. Make it so real you can smell the air. Then, connect today's small sacrifice to that image. Every time you skip a $15 impulse buy, say out loud, "That's $15 closer to my freedom." That sound is your new dopamine hit. Third, change your environment. Willpower is overrated. If your phone is next to your bed, you will scroll. If your credit card is saved on shopping apps, you will click. Make the bad choice hard and the good choice easy. Delete the apps. Unsubscribe from sale emails. Put your savings on autopilot, a separate account you don't see. When money is out of sight, your brain stops craving it. And here's the mindset shift you've been waiting for. Stop asking, how can I afford this? Start asking, how can I invest this? That one word change, from spend to invest, flips the psychology. Investing feels like winning. Spending on junk feels like losing once you see the pattern. You are not depriving yourself. You are choosing your future self over your current self. And that future self is someone you actually want to become. So here's where most people stop reading, watching, or listening. They get inspired for a moment. They feel a little motivated. Then tomorrow comes. The old habits creep back in, and nothing changes. Don't let that be you. The final piece of the puzzle is identity. You don't stay broke because you lack knowledge. You stay broke because deep down, you still see yourself as someone who just isn't good with money. That identity keeps you trapped. But identities are not permanent. They are stories you repeat until they become fact. Start telling yourself a new story. Every morning, look in the mirror and say, I am someone who delays pleasure for a bigger purpose. I am a wealth builder in training. It feels fake at first. That's normal. Your brain will laugh at you. Say it anyway. Because after a few weeks, your actions will start to match your words. You'll pause before that impulse buy. You'll choose the boring work over the quick distraction. And one day, you'll check your savings account and realize you're not broke anymore. You're not even close. Here's a practical challenge to lock this in. For the next 7 days, every time you want to spend money on something unnecessary, ask one question. Is this moving me toward wealth or toward comfort? Comfort feels good for an hour. Wealth feels good for a lifetime. Write that question on a sticky note. Put it on your phone. Make it your wallpaper. And when you slip, because you will slip, don't shame yourself. Shame keeps you stuck. Instead, say, that was one choice. My next choice will be better. That's how you build resilience. That's how you escape the fear of poverty for good. You already know the psychology. You know why your brain wants the small reward now. Now, it's time to act like someone who wants the big reward later. Not someday, not when you feel ready, today. So here's my question for you in the comments. What's one small thing you will say no to this week so you can say yes to your future? Write it down. Make it real. Because the people who comment are the ones who commit. And the ones who commit are the ones who break the cycle. You weren't born to stay broke. You were born to build. Now go build. Your future self is watching every choice you make today. Make them proud. And tell me below, what's one instant gratification habit you're finally ready to drop?